All right, ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Greene, everything I said that was going to happen just happened. In fact, I warned 2 days ago, 3 days ago, I said buy everything, buy the dip. The Federal Reserve was bluffing. Jerome Powell wasn't going to do anything. It was going to be a measly 75 basis points. Markets would pump. I was buying everything, buying crypto, buying stocks, buying real estate. And what happens? Just what I said was going to happen. A nothing burger. Everyone was caught off sides. Everybody thought the market was going lower. It didn't. That proved to be the buying opportunity. Stocks skyrocketing some 500 points today. Crypto up double digits. Ethereum trading as high as 15% gains today. Bitcoin soaring. XRP soaring. My 1000X picks at school are soaring because you should have been buying that dip. And the only thing you can ever count on with the Fed is pumping. I mean, when in the history of your life has the Federal Reserve not super pumped? They do it time immemorial, whether or not it was after 2008-09, or whether or not it was in 2020, or whether or not it's today. In fact, that's exactly what Jerome Powell said. In fact, the move was so weak, he didn't even hike 100 basis points, just a little itty bitty 75 bips. And you know what he said today? He says we're not in a recession, which I told you, this is not a recession. And I'm going to get to this in a moment. This is a hyperinflationary collapse up where the middle class gets drained and the super rich get much richer. You know, Goldman Sachs, Wall Street, the friends of the Federal Reserve that essentially they're supporting, those are the people that are going to get rich, and the American people are going to get screwed, which is why I've been telling you to buy the freaking dip. So Powell comes on today and says we are not in a recession. We're not in a recession at all. And you know what he also says? They're going to slow rate hikes in the future. And so the markets are loving it. So let's get into these stories and more. And then let me explain that we're not in a recession. Just because you see layoffs, ladies and gentlemen, doesn't mean we're in a recession. The bottom line is they don't need you anymore. Okay, they don't need worker bees in corporate offices. This doesn't mean that the companies are going to lose money. No, their profits are going to increase. They're just firing and laying people off because robots and technology in Luddite fashion is taking the role of human beings that once had pensions and health care and benefits. And so they're getting rid of human capital because they don't need human capital anymore. What do you think big tech and all these companies have been doing, shoring everything up in recent years? So all this is a giant hyper pump, and I'm expecting more hyperinflation well into the end of the year. I'm expecting capital controls. I'm expecting what we've seen in China with bank runs where they can't get their money and deposits out. Expect the same thing to happen in the United States of America. In my opinion, I hope I'm wrong, but I don't think I am. When people begin panicking, when they see the price of goods and commodities and housing and real estate continue to soar. In fact, there was just a report today that eggs and bacon and those staples are going to the freaking moon. That all commodities are going through the freaking roof. Whether or not this is oil, gasoline, petrol, natural gas, as they posture for war and the ultimate reset, which they told you that they're going to do. Again, what part of this equation do you not understand? You need to get in now. You need to be buying the freaking dip, and this is expected, and you've got to be smarter than the Fed. You also probably heard the saying, don't bet against the Fed, ladies and gentlemen. Don't bet against Goldman Sachs. They always win. I also noticed today the Senate passes a bill to boost U.S. chip production, China competition, because they're preparing for an invasion of Taiwan. Once China takes out, much of our production comes out from that part of the world. So that creates a very dangerous scenario, of course, which could cripple even the supply chain even further, meaning you can't get these microchips and all the processing computers and cell phones and other digital devices, including laptops, computers, and even cars nowadays, which are now moving to self-driving vehicles. Because again, you're not going to drive a car anymore. They're going to get rid of that. The AI algorithm is going to tell you what to do. Inflation hits New York City, it says, with bacon, egg, and cheese sandwiches. Here we have the Fed interest rate hike, just a measly 75 basis points. That's it. Says we're not in a recession, and they're going to slow future hikes. So now this means there's risk on. So understand what my thesis was before that was obviously correct, because I told you 3 days ago to buy, and it was the freaking dippy dip, and that's what you should be doing. Regulators stealing every piece of this property, and we're damn good too, right? I mean, you got to think at it from the thug life perspective of what the Fed is going to do. They've just printed more money in circulation than the history of the world. If you take a basic economics 101 class or learn about the money supply, you'll understand a term called money velocity. When you print trillions of worthless fiat dollars and put it into circulation, okay, to flood it with bank bailouts and to flood it with PPP loans and flood it with billions and trillions into these useless overseas wars in Ukraine that's going to spiral out of control into World War III, of which Nancy Pelosi is about to visit, you can't just turn off that spigot instantaneously. It doesn't matter if you're raising interest rates 75 basis points consecutively 5, 10 times in a row. It won't matter. Even if they raise interest rates 20% today in a shock move, it still couldn't stop the hyperinflation that's going to be ensuing and continuing over at least the next 12 to 24 months, because they've already put those funds into circulation. And again, trust that plan, ladies and gentlemen. The ultimate goal is to reset you into a new financial system like they've done before. This is the new Bretton Woods 3.0 to crypto, blockchain, CBDCs, and all these new technologies that are moving double digits today, like Ethereum, Bitcoin, and one of my favorites, XRP. So that's the truth. It was a nothing burger, proven right once again. Not financial advice, of course, just my opinion and just what I do with my own money. And obviously these diamond nuts have paid off. Anyways, guys, I love you. God bless. Jesus Christ is King. I want to see you at school. Click the link below. The price of school is going up. I'm going to double that price actually at the end of this week. So make sure you just get in, take advantage. You would have already been up huge if you had gotten in and learned these skills. Because again, the consensus is always wrong. The consensus is always wrong. And now you have so many people caught off sides. They're going to start pouring into these asset classes, not to mention the huge regulatory moves. That's why they're going after Coinbase right now, because they're shoring things up so they control the next hyper pump up. It's completely and utterly obvious. Again, trust the plan. The only thing that you can guarantee is that the Fed will always print more money, always bail out the big banks, and always hyper pump into the future. That's what they always do. They're not going to allow too much volatility, because that wouldn't be good for them. They need to maintain order as they transition all of you to the reset, universal basic income, and then, of course, the new world reserve currency, which is not even based on the petrodollar U.S. currency at all anymore. It's based on the Chinese yuan digital CBDC. America is losing its sovereignty right before our very eyes, and this is why you need to diversify into non-sovereign assets like I teach you at school. God bless you. God bless America, what's left of it. God bless the patriots. And God bless these moves, because, man, what a big day today. Anyways, guys, links below. Get in, learn about Island Project as well. I love all you. And leave me a comment, question in the box below, and share this video. I mean, when you get things right, give me a like. I was right. Should have at least 1,000 likes on this video.